Good morning and welcome. We're back in our studio in Wicklow, and welcome to everyone who's joining us to gather and keep our painting practice going during these times. So for the past few days I've done small demonstration pieces on paper from start to finish. Today I'm doing something new, which is I've got a work that I'm ready to start. I've done preparatory sketches, I've got the photos, and I'm going to kind of bring you along with me while I do that. So what I'm going to do first is show you the subject I'm going to be working on. It's from South Donegal, near Kilcar, the Muckross Peninsula, where there's wonderful rock formations and a place I go to again and again. So I'm going to flip first and show you the photos I'm going to work from. So we're here in the studio, and this is the canvas I'm going to be working on. It's 100 centimetres by 150, one of the largest I've ever done. And what I've done is I've lined up the photos I'm working from here on the wall. So they're all taken within the same time frame. I know the reflections might make it hard. They're from the coast near Kilcar, and each one has something different that I will be referring to. So here, there's the movement of the water there, and the seaweed and the breaking wave. And here, there's a rock formation that interests me. Down below, it's the sky and the distant view of Slieve League that I want for my background. And here, more views. That rock is going to feature. So this will be my subject. So what I've done is I've already done some sketches, and I'm going to walk you over to my sketchbooks to show you what I've done to prepare. So I've put them here on the easel. This painting that's in process is actually from that same place at Muckross, the sea cliffs there, they're magnificent. So that's coming along. I'll show you some work on that later in the week. So I started earlier with some sketches in my sketchbook from that area. And I'll hold the phone as steady as I can and show you the few I've done. And these are all related, in fact, to the photos I've just shown you. Some small ones there, looking at the yellow lichen on the rocks. Anyone who's been to Slieve League will recognise the giant's table and chair, the rocks at the very base of the cliffs. And a black and white study of that same subject, but looking at it in shades of grey, the tonal values. And one more of that same scene, and I will be working on part of it. And there's what I showed you in the photo, some of the lichen on the rocks and the shapes of the wave formation as it hits the shore. Then yesterday I did these very small thumbnails, about 3 inches by 4 inches, just looking at different options for how I might compose it. And 2 more over here, where these thumbnails help me know what to do. For example, the top one, you see the big green mass of the background mountain. What I prefer is actually the more subtle look with the light and shade and the sun just picking out that one glint of light on the mountain near Teelin, looking out that way, and the edge of the Slieve League mountain there. So I'm going to flip again and put this back in the tripod and show you how I'm going to actually get started. So, and hello everyone that's commenting already. Good morning to you all. It's lovely to see you here with me because we're all in isolation at the moment, and doing this is something that we can actually still hang out with each other and do together. You're all very welcome. Thanks for coming along. So I think that one of the scariest things for all of us is you've got a canvas. It can be big or small, but it's pure white, and you're afraid that the marks you make at first is going to ruin it. So in some ways you just have to jump in and get over that. Now, I don't usually tone my canvases. I normally go straight into the white canvas. I actually did this time because I was with the Barrow Valley artists a week ago, and a lot of them had toned their canvas, and actually the effect was brilliant. So we all learn from each other. I'm learning and picking up from you as much as you might be picking up from me. So today I'll show you how I actually jump in and make the first marks on something that might look kind of daunting and scary to do. So I've got, I don't know if you can see it, I've got a little roll-away butcher table here that I can move around as I'm working. It's important to me too, I keep my workspace separate from my supplies. So at this point I've put out my paints, I've poured out my Sans odor-free thinner, I've chosen my brush, and all my other supplies are on the table behind me, so that I've got a kind of clear space that I actually will do this on. So in terms of what do I do first? Well, I'm actually going to wet the whole canvas with Sans Odor and a big brush, because when I put those marks on with the paint, I want it to actually flow. So I'm going to just dip in here and start by wetting it. And that actually creates a flow, so that as I put the marks on, they will flow down and create their own energy and create already the idea of movement, of water and rock and clouds. So I'm going to get my big knife, well, biggish, and I'm going to start with the brush. What I want to get in first is the horizon, so I'll pull out here just some grey, mix it with that, some of my blue. I often just draw with blue paint because in a seascape it will get absorbed one way or another. Then I'm going to just dip my brush in here like that, a very liquid pool. And it's big. And I mentioned yesterday I usually divide it about a third sky and about 2/3 sea. So I'm looking here at where I want the horizon to be, and I'm judging, I want it to be about here. And then I'm looking at the rock formation. Even though I took all these photos more or less at the same time, there's some that have something of interest here, like a rock shape, and something else might be over there. So as an artist, you can simply put those together in whatever way you like. I don't need to reproduce just one photo, and whatever happens to be in that is only allowing for the scope of your camera at the time, when in fact your experience is of everything that's around you. So I'm going to keep going here by deciding where will my rock shape come in, and I'm bringing some burnt sienna into that. And the background, I want to bring in the green of that the light that's hitting the coast near Sleevely, where I want that to be. And there's the grey of the Sleevely Mass, in fact, behind it. And the sky, there's grey clouds. Okay, so once I have a bare idea of where things will go, I can then get my knife and I'm going to come in with some more marks. So I've just got some blue-grey on my knife here, and I want to come back in where the sea is here. And in the rocks, I'm looking again at my brown and some more grey in that, just to get an idea. I'm using my brush. And on the other side, again a bit more brown. And I'm taking note of like the colours of the seaweed. There's green. I'm mixing up viridian and sap together because I want to take note of some of the green that will happen here. I go back to the sea. And I'm going to have one breaking wave, so I'm already going to feel that by using a kitchen towel to think about where that wave might go. So and I'm going to add a bit more green and light blue to the foreground. And then melt it with the brush. And I'll go back with my kitchen towel again. I'll take that out. So I'm starting to get a feel for how the waves might come in. And then I keep working the paint that's already on the surface. And a little bit of green and grey. Sense that wave coming in. And I'm going to add a little bit of white at this point. Just wiping the brush and putting some more. Okay, I'm going to take a little pause and catch up on some of your messages and put out some more paint and let this settle for a bit and come back. So if you're still around in about 10 minutes, I'll be back.